What's good? Y'all know who it is. Y'all know what it is. It's your boy Matthew Shack, live here in very crispy and hot Los Angeles, man. It's been in the 90s every day. Welcome to Matthew Shack Unfiltered, man. What's popping with you guys? First things first. Salute to the unfiltered nation. Salute to the unfiltered fam. Salute to the mod squad. Salute to all you goons, man. On Friday, man. Okay. Let's run the likes up, man. Let's keep the likes at 50%. Last but not least, tip your bartender. I'm already blazing one for the nation already, bro. Hmm. Beautiful day. Beautiful day, bro. Very beautiful out here, bro. Okay. But yeah, man, I definitely wanted to come in and talk about this topic, man. I didn't talk about it yesterday, man, because I basically just took some time to relax yesterday, even though I did come on live, watch the Laker game with y'all, man. Like I said before, man, we need to get some real basketball cats over here, man. A lot of you guys, y'all ain't ready for prime time on no hoop, but we'll build it gradually because I want to go hard in the paint on basketball too, man, because I know just as much, man. But it's all good. Congratulations and thanks to the people who showed up. But I want to talk about this Mark Davis. NFL getting ready to vote on this succession plan after Mark Davis is no longer with us. Who's going to own the Raiders and how it's going to be divvied up and what's the succession plan and what's really going on. And I just want to go over that, man, because you're not talking about the little mom and pop Allen and Carol Davis run NFL team. Let's get these likes up. Let's get these likes up immediately. That used to be in Oakland, where I became a fan at. That was when Mark left, team was only worth 1.5 billion. A lot of things have happened in the 6 years that we have been in Las Vegas. One of them is we still haven't won anything and we still not winning. And our winning percentage in Las Vegas is the worst out of any city we've ever been in. That's first and foremost. But when you have moved to the entertainment gambling capital of the entire planet, doesn't matter whether or not you winning or not. It matters whether or not you're making money. Okay? And the Raiders are far, far, far ahead when it comes to that category. Not wins and losses, not Raider fans in the stands, but consecutive sellouts without Raider Nation and making a phenomenally billion-sized dollar bag times 10. So I just wanted to talk about that because a lot of you guys are really confused about how this works with ownership, because we're used to doing things the way we do things, okay? The way that the average person, or even I would say American, the average American, possessions is 9/10 of the law, meaning that if I possess it, 9/10 of it is mine. So by me having it, 90% of it is mine just by me having it. The other 10% can be go to court, fight for somebody else, and try to get the rights to revert it to you or get awarded to you. But while that's going on, who has possession? If I'm drinking this and you want to have the audacity and unmitigated gall to grab it out of my hands, not only are you going to get your nose wiped, not only that could be viewed as assault because it's in my hand. Even if you can try to say it's yours, it's in my hand. 9/10 of the law is it was in his hand. We have to determine whether or not it's his, but you took it out of his hand, so you still jacked. All they could say is, hey man, you picked up somebody else's drink, but grabbing it out of my hands don't mean you can't do that. But when in business, percentages aren't the entire story. So we're going to get into that. All right. Let's get these likes up. I'd like to say this first and foremost. Number one, for this entire situation that's going on with this offseason, I blame this guy. I blame Gino, man. Remember when he flipped you off? I didn't get a chance to put this on, but I did right now because I didn't get a chance to put it on when we absolutely sent this guy, as you can see, he's flipping us off. We sent him to the Siberian Jets, and he's out there, man, with a couple snow dogs out there trying to figure out how you can get him a sandwich, okay? Along with Dylan pre-snap penalty Parham. So I definitely didn't get a chance to wear this, but I'm wearing it now, okay? I'm wearing it now, right? Straight up. And if you don't got it, you won't have it, okay? Because it's no longer available. It has been discontinued. Right? Along with a lot of other things that are soon to be discontinued on Matthew Shack Unfiltered because we need space for all the brand new stuff. With that being said, let's get into it. The Las Vegas Raiders ownership succession plan involves an agreement scheduled for an NFL vote on March 29th, 2026. That is the owners meetings that they have every year. All right. Let's get these likes up, man. Let's get these questions popping. So this plan would grant billionaire Egon Durban, like these guys that are all these secondary and third and fourth owners, because typically the average Raider fan only knows Brady and Mark Davis, and if you really think about it, you'll say Richard Seymour. You don't know these other guys' names, okay? But what you better do is you better get to know them, because as soon as Mark isn't the owner, these guys will be. All right. So I would advise you to start learning how to pronounce their names correctly, because it's already being put into place. Okay. So this succession plan, after it's voted on, would grant billionaire Egon Durban the option to purchase a majority stake in the franchise if current owner Mark Davis or his heirs decide to sell. So what it is called the right to first refusal. Okay? It happens in business. All right? You have it when you're a restricted free agent in football. Okay? You're a free agent, but you're not an unrestricted free agent. Okay? See how Shaq can always explain it so you can understand it? Just because you're a free agent doesn't mean you get to sign with whoever team you want to. You can, but if you're unrestricted, you go and there's nothing else to happen. When you're restricted, that means go out, see if you can find a better deal, get a deal, and we have the right to match it. That's pretty much what it is, okay? When you had the situation with Matthew Stafford, and Matthew Stafford went out and was on the slopes with TB12 out there in Vail, Colorado, sipping on hot cocoa and smoking on Cuban cigars and all of that, only for him to go right back to the Rams and sign back with them because he was a what? Restricted free agent. So in this case, it is the right to first refusal, meaning that it's already going to be pre-approved if Mark Davis isn't here, or if Mark Davis decides to sell the team, or if his heirs decide to sell the team. The person who has the right to first refusal will be Egon Durban. He'll be the guy who gets to come in first. Happens in the entertainment industry all the time. If I got a script, right? This happens all the time. Some of your favorite movies are like this. This person has a script. He sells the script to Paramount Studios. Paramount tries to develop it. They can't get it popping. The rights revert back to the writer with a stipulation. If you can go ahead and get this deal fired, Warner Brothers, Sony, Universal, whoever, Amazon, Netflix, anywhere you go, they have a right to first refusal, meaning that, okay, these people want to produce this movie. that you have to go back to Paramount, and Paramount has a right to say, you know what? What's the budget? Okay, we're going to green light it. Since we paid for it up front and we financed it and paid it and we didn't do anything for 3 to 5 years, reverts back to you, but we get the right to first refusal, meaning that they might say, you know what, we're good, but you got to go back. So Warner Brothers say, hey man, we're going to sign you to this deal to do this movie. Okay, I got to go back to Paramount and see whether or not they're going to want to do it or not. All right. So there's all kinds of ways to get around it. But in this case, he's trying to get a pre-approval, saying that the owners already approved Egon Durban to buy the majority shares. Okay, that's what they're trying to bypass that, because you have to have that deal in place. If you notice, when people pass away, okay, when Benson died over there with the Saints, his wife got it. When what's his name up there at Seattle, co-owner of Microsoft, when he passed away, his sister got it. You know, Mark Davis don't got no heirs, bro. Okay, Mark Davis don't got no wife. Mark Davis don't got no kids, or does he? We'll get into that. We'll get into that. Okay, so they're trying to approve it, so if anything happens to MD, or MD decides to sell, Egon Durban has the right to buy the majority shares of the Raiders. Okay, Davis is 71 years old. He has stated that he has no current intentions on selling his majority interest. This move establishes a stable, long-term path for the organization's control. This is a very, very lucrative team. Okay? I know it's hard for you to understand, Raider fan. I know it's hard for the Raider haters to understand. I know it's hard for the funky ass pundits to understand that how can a team who has been this inept, this moribund, or any other name you can name, this absolute trash can of a football team is worth $10 billion, though. That's the key. Doesn't matter that the house is dilapidated. It matters what the house is sitting on. And the Raiders are a top 10 team in value. We may not win a playoff game in 23 years. We may not have won a Super Bowl in 42. But what we are is a top 10 valuable Forbes franchise. That's what we are. Okay? We're not 1.5 billion no more. We're 10. Because it says right here we are. All right? Let me continue. All right? Succession plan details. The plan consists of several key components, intended to secure the franchise financial, you hear that? Financial and leadership future. What came first? What came first? Did it say the franchise leadership and financial, or did it say the secure the franchise financial, then leadership? Because the team is worth a shit ton of money, whether you like the Raiders or not, whether you go to the games or not. The Raiders are worth serious cake. All right, let me continue. Majority stake option. Egon Durban, the CEO, co-CEO of private equity firm Silver Lake, would receive a right of first refusal to buy the team from Davis. Do your homework on what Silver Lake private equity is. That's what we call at home a VC, or a venture capitalist. That's somebody who their whole existence is investing and buying businesses and making money, bro. He has a whole firm that he can go get investors because he's the CEO of the firm. All right. Number 2, immediate equity sales. Let's get these likes up. Likes ain't liking. Okay. Immediate equity sales. Owners will also vote on Mark Davis selling approximately 7% of the team to Durban and Meldman. Additional. So Meldman and Durban collectively own 15% of the team. They bought 15%. All right. Durban owns 7.5%. Michael Meldman owns 7.5%. Tom Brady owns 5%. Mark Davis is getting ready to sell an additional 7% to Egon Durban right now. So is Mark Davis selling? Yeah. He ain't selling his majority stake, but he's about to sell another 7%. And who's he gonna sell it to? Egon Durban, who does what? Already owns 7.5%. So when that happens, guess who will be the second most holder in shares in the Las Vegas Raiders? Egon Durban, with about what? 14.5% ownership. So when you guys are walking around here acting like Tom Brady is really owning this team, he's not. He's not. Right now, he is a minority shareholder, but the guy who owns the shares, the majority shares, says he's in charge of football operations. How long you think that might last? If Egon Durban gets his hands on this team, there won't be no Brady recalling no shot. Why didn't Brady leave it to? Why didn't Mark Davis try to put your boy TB12 in a succession plan? These are the questions that you need to be asking yourself, Doc. Why ain't TB12 being the guy that he's leaving the team to? He's not leaving no team to no Tom Brady, bro. You really thought we was gonna leave the team to a Patriot? Not leaving no team to no Patriot, bro. He's leaving it to a venture capitalist. Tom Brady's not a billionaire. Tom Brady is a 100 millionaire. Several hundred million. He's not a billionaire. Egon Durban is worth 2.5 billion. You got to be a billionaire to own the team in the National Football League. You can't be no 100,000-aire. You can't be, I'm sitting on 500,000. That ain't shit. You don't get to sit at the table and smoke cigars with nobody. If your net worth doesn't begin with BILL, you can forget it. If your net worth begins with MILL, you can sit over there, bruh, eat some applesauce, and don't talk while grown folks is talking. Okay? But Brady don't got the cake to be the owner. He don't got the bread. All right? So here we go. Evaluation. Let's get these likes up, man. Likes ain't liking. This transaction would value the Raiders at nearly $10 billion, placing them amongst the NFL's most valuable franchise along the Cowboys, Rams, and Giants. You hear that? The evaluation of the Raiders just went up. The evaluation of the Raiders is almost $10 billion. That's a lot of money for a team that don't win, don't you think? But if you look at who's on top, you find out that most of these teams ain't won. Cowboys is number one. They haven't won a Super Bowl in 31 years. 49ers is on this list. They haven't won a Super Bowl in 30 years. The Giants, they haven't won a Super Bowl in 20. The Rams, they won one probably about 6-7 years ago. The Eagles, they won one 2 years ago. These are all top 10 teams. Raiders ain't won one in 42, ain't won a playoff in 22 or 23, but they're worth $10 billion. So when anybody tries to tell me anything about the Raiders, I'd be like, man, go check out the Forbes list. If your team ain't one of those teams that I named, you broke. You know where Kansas City is? They've won half of the Super Bowls in this decade. Ain't this the 2020 decade? 2020 to 2030? That's a decade, right? We're in year 6 of this decade. Who's won half of them? Kansas City. They won 3 in this decade. Guess what? They're 21st. They're not even in the top 15 when it comes to value. Why do you think they're moving to Kansas to get them a stadium? Why do you think all these teams are trying to move to get a stadium? Why do you think Chicago's trying to go and become the Bloomington, Indiana Bears so they can get a stadium? Because the value of your team is now evaluated by your stadium. If you look at everybody that's names on here, SoFi, Rams, Raiders, Allegiant, 49ers, Levi, all these teams, okay? Giants, the Meadowlands. Okay, everybody got a brand new state-of-the-art facility. You can't be a top 10 team if you ain't got no stadium. Your stadium is old and dilapidated. You ain't getting nothing done. Okay, let me finish reading. All right. Any future transactions of control would still require a formal approval of 24 out of 32 teams. You don't have to hit the lottery and hit all the numbers. All you got to have is 24 teams say yes, and you're good. Now I'm going to talk to you about Tom Brady because y'all swear on your life Brady's all of this. I'm going to tell you what it says right here. The role of Tom Brady and other partners. While Durban is positioned as the primary successor, other high-profile individuals maintain minority roles. It just says right here, the primary successor of the Raiders is Egon Durban. Not Brady, man. Tom Brady owns a 5% stake and serves as a consultant and hands-on resource for the organization, particularly in evaluating and training talent. So on paper, he's just a consultant. But we know he's the de facto GM. We know that. But as far as the paperwork is concerned, he's just a consultant. You're the forklift driver, bro. But I saw you in the box truck. I see you. I see you welding some things, bro. And you do multiple jobs, but you're not getting paid for that. You're being told to go over there and do that. Hey, man, get over there, Tom, go fix that drywall over there, bro. It's like, hey, man, I should be getting paid for this. Nah, man, but you're not, because you're not savvy enough to say, hey, man, I'm doing all these jobs. You're doing 4 or 5 people's job, but on your payroll check, it says forklift driver, $14.75 an hour. Tom Brady's the fact GM, but on paperwork, he's just a consultant, hands-on resource for the organization, particularly in evaluating and retraining the talent. When have you seen him training anything? I haven't seen him train anybody. I've seen him evaluate talent. That's the draft. I haven't seen him train anyone. I don't see him doing anything. But hey, all right, get these likes up, man. Likes ain't liking. Let's roll. Okay. Minority partners. Here's the other minority partners. Other investors include Tom Wagner, 5%. Tom Wagner owns 5%. Brady owns 5%. Brady ain't even, he's tied for third tied for fourth when it comes for power. It goes Mark Davis. After this, it's going to go Egon Durban. Then it's going to go Michael Meldman. Okay. And then tied for fourth will be Tom Brady and Tom Wagner. Fourth in power, bro, when it comes to owning shit. But you guys love to give TB12 all this. I mean, y'all be straight Georgia the jungling on this cat. But, hey, somebody got to do it. All right, man, the likes ain't liking. Let's get these likes up. All right. Organizational alignment. Listen to this. Listen closely. Durban is reportedly considered Brady's guy. suggesting a unified vision amongst the current minority group. So what it's saying is Brady brought him in, the money man. This is Brady's guy. That's how Tom. That's how Tom got in, by bringing in these other investors. But it's like anything else. You bring the money man in, and you get your piece. I'm going to do more business with the money guy. Okay, I'm going to sell him another 7%. What's Mark doing with all this money, bro? He just sold all these shares in 2024. Now he's sharing another 7. Why is he selling all these shares, bro? But he doesn't plan on selling the team, but he keeps selling pieces of it. Where's it going? These are the questions that I want to talk about. All right. So that's what we got. There's a succession plan in place. Mark is with it. He claims ain't nobody gonna sell it. But if he plans on selling it, or his heirs, which we've never heard of, plan on selling it, the first person who gets the right to first refusal is Egon Durban. Now, here's what I got to say about it. Okay, let's get these likes up, man. Likes ain't liking. I don't know if Mark truly does not have a successor or not. There's pictures floating around today. Mark with this very nice looking black woman with a baby. Hey, Mark is always seen to be taking pictures with babies and women that have babies, that just had them. Okay, I don't know what's going on. I'm not gonna cast any aspersions, but there's been a lot of pictures with Mark and some shooby doobies. Let's just keep it a buck. There's been a lot, man. I mean, he at the game, man. He got the remember the blonde one that was sitting there? I mean, there's a lot cracking. This man is a billionaire now. Okay? I'm not understanding what's the pitch, taking all pictures with all these models. I don't get it. I mean, would I be surprised if there's a little Mark somewhere? I wouldn't be. The Raiders are very, very, very close to the best. I think it's possible. None of y'all don't think it's possible, but I do. I don't know for that to be a fact, allegedly, but I have a right to my opinion, and I'm just like, come on, Mark, dog. Like, you just ain't sitting next to all these. Come on, bro. You 71, homie. Like, you was in the Bay all those years, dog. He went to Chico State, bro. Chico State, one of the most partiest schools back in the days. That's in Humboldt County, man, up there where the Bud was at. I dated a girl from there, dog. Wild as shit. He hung out with Cliff Branch. Was his boy. All his boys were brothers. He was roommates with Cliff Branch back in the 70s and 80s. Man, there's got to be something popping somewhere, man. I believe in Mark, bro. I know y'all don't, but I believe in Mark, bro. I believe in Mark. Mark got something, allegedly. But hey, I just believe in the brother, man. I ain't like y'all, man. Haircut don't mean nothing, bro. I mean, I didn't seen cats with hole with the ceiling missing like George Jefferson up here, walking around with notches, man. Y'all be getting it all misconstrued, bro. Like, hey, man, ugly cat can come up, man, just like a good looking cat, man. A lot of cats that I knew that claimed that they look like a celebrity was home rubbing one out, bruh. Okay, like I said, man, the game is to be sold, not told. I just like, man, I believe in Mark, bruh. I believe in that cat, man. Something is popping. I don't know what it is yet, but it's something popping. Also, I'll say this. When I always tell you guys I don't care about the Raiders salary cap and how much money we're spending and we overspent and all of that stuff, dude, I don't care if they go broke, because they're not gonna go broke. They're raking in billions of dollars, bruh. And now they're finally gonna put some shit on the grass. I mean, they took 6 years and took their sweet ass time. Spend every penny, bro. I do not care. I'm not here to be an accountant for the Raiders, bro. Oh man, we overspent, man. For Lindenbaum, bro, we're spending too much money. Man, are you crazy, bro? Man, they better spend every penny. And if Mark needs to go and get some aluminum cans and put some aluminum cans at the recycle bin and go get him some money, he better do that too. Man, shit, I ain't got time to sit there and waste for y'all to be all rich and eating lobster and drinking cognac at the game and shit, while I'm spending $600 a ticket, okay, every damn year to see these cats not win shit. Every time I go to the Raider game at Vegas, it costs me 2 G's by myself. What are you talking about? Okay? Nah, man, spend all that shit. I don't want to hear no more about it. You're selling 7% more of the team. All right? Okay, let's get these likes up. And lastly, when I said earlier that us as regular people, we believe in the 9/10 of the law. It's in my hand. This is mine. I own the majority of this. It's mine. But let me tell you about a man named Al Davis. In 1966, Al Davis spent $18,000 to purchase 10% of the Raiders. He had already been with the team 3 years, 18 grand. You go back in time, the equivalent of that is about 120,000 today's dollars to buy 10% of the Oakland Raiders. Okay? He was a limited partnership. The McGaw family and what was the other family? The McGaws and what was his name? Wayne Valley. This is way before I was even born, but I know my team. So Wayne Valley and Ed McGaw own the majority of the Raiders. Al Davis spent $18,000 to buy 10% of the team. All right? Sat back and waited. All right? When the McGaw family, well, Wayne Valley and them, they decided to sell their shares. Al bought them. Okay? He bought them from Wayne Valley. Now, the McGaw family owned the ownership rights. So even though Al had probably more shares, like you guys say, it's in my hand, it's mine. In business, you can own as little as 1% of the team and you have the controlling interest. 1%, if it's in writing and everyone agrees that my 1% runs the team and your 99% makes you minority, that could happen. All right? Mark Davis owns the majority share, even if the share is smaller than the rest. Mark don't own 51% of the Raiders, bro. Him and Mrs. Davis, they probably owned around 30%. They really owned about, so who owns the other 70%? The other guys, do they get to call a shot? No, because Mark Davis's 30% is the controlling part. This is what y'all need to understand. Mark Davis's share can be as little as 1. He can sell his shares all the way down to 1%. But guess who gets to run the team? Mark. Guess who's the shot caller? Mark. Because his is earmarked for control. That Davis ownership trumps all this other stuff. Okay? So Mark Davis could sell and chip off of his own shit all he wants. I still own the team, as it said before. Majority stake means majority in regards to control. All right? So Al Davis wanted control of the Raiders. All right? He didn't have control because McGaw and them had control of it. So let me just show you how the Maverick worked. This is 1972. Your boy Matthew Shaq Unfiltered was 2 years away from even being a fan of the Raiders, barely even knowing what a football was at that time. If I did, I probably didn't. The 1976 Munich Olympics. There ain't no notes. I don't need this. I don't. Because I know my team's history better than all y'all. I know my shit's up here. 1972, man, the Munich Olympics. Okay? If any of you guys do your homework, or you may have been around during that time, that's when there was a tragedy there, and there was some Olympians that got unalived there. They had some type of terrorist situation in Munich, Germany, and all of that. Okay, but McGaw and his family, Ed McGaw, they went to the Olympics because that was Mark Spitz, and he had seven gold medals in the Olympics for swimming, and then and all of that. So he was a big time Olympian back in them days and all of that. Okay. While they were gone, Al Davis, since he had the majority shares and he could do this, called a meeting to do what? To vote on who had the controlling interests of the Raiders. He could do that as the majority shareholder. Doesn't mean he has the controlling share, but he went ahead and called that meeting. Said, hey, man, we got to get together to talk about this vote, to find out who's running the team. They said, well, Ed ain't here. Al said, hey, man, it ain't my problem that Ed ain't here, dog. I can do that. You better get Ed on the phone and tell him to get his ass back here, because I'm about to do this vote right quick. Now understand, 1972, no cell phones. 1972, no email, no text, no social media account. All you can do is send a telegram, or you could call a hotel and leave a message for Ed McGaw to call back. But Ed McGaw's at the Olympics. He didn't get the message in time. So what happened? I already had a deal with Wayne Valley to buy his shares. So what do you think Wayne Valley gonna do when it comes time to give his approval on who gets to have the controlling interests of the Oakland Raiders? Who do you think was he gonna go with? The guy who's dangling the bread in front of him. You want this money? We're voting now. Al Davis got controlling interest and became the general partner of the Oakland Raiders by default, because Wayne Valley was not there. Go look it up. I know everything about the Raiders. I'm the historian on YouTube. I'm the guy that's going to give you the history, not just talking to you about roster moves. I could do that in my sleep. So by the time Wayne Valley heard about it, he made a beeline back to the States. Understand, you're flying from Germany in 1972 all the way across country. You had to switch planes. You wasn't no airplane where you could just fly straight. He had to fly from Munich, land in Heathrow in London, fly in London, probably had to get all the way over here, plane to gas up again in New York, and then fly all the way across country to Oakland. By the time he got that, it was too late. It's too late. Came in there, man, and Al Davis. What year was that, y'all? That was 1972. What was the 1972 movie Academy Award winner for Best Picture? A movie by Francis Ford Coppola called The Godfather. Nobody on YouTube can play with me with this. With this content, I'm him. All right. Why do you think they call Al Davis the Godfather, homie? Why? Because the same year that the Best Picture was The Godfather, Al Davis pulled a Don Corleone pimp move and took the Raiders like that. That's why Al Davis is called the Godfather. That's why. Okay? Did Wayne Valley, Wayne Valley took his money and ran. Did the Magas try to sue? Yeah. That lawsuit went on for a long time, man. That lawsuit went all the way to the 80s. By the time they just settled out of court with Al just gave him some bread and that was it. So when you guys really think that the Baltimore Ravens and what they did with this whole Max Crosby scenario, and y'all really thought that that was dirty macking, no, it wasn't. Dirty macking's what Al Davis did. I love that man, bruh. That man raised me on how to be a Raider. That's why I don't act like nobody else. That's why I don't act like y'all. That's why I don't get all caught up with Max leaving. Y'all was crying and all. Oh, my defensive end, man. What we gonna do? I laughed, bro. I laughed. It's like somebody who comes from an impoverished area and you see a bunch of rich people upset because they ran out of tiramisu at the restaurant. I really love that tiramisu. Oh, come on, Gwen. It's gonna be okay. You didn't get your favorite custard. You're crying. I'm from the sticks. I'm from the blocks. I'm from outside. You cry over no player leaving, bruh. We're far more gangster than that. Al Davis didn't wait for shit. He took what he wanted. He took what he wanted. That's why he had it. Run your life like Al ran his, because that's what I do. I run my shit just like that. I don't ask for permission. It takes too damn long. Hell wrong with y'all. Stop asking for shit. Go get it. You gotta be tired of looking at Jenny looking good all the damn time. Man, get your ass off your shoulders and ask her what she doing this weekend. Hell wrong with you? Are you scared she gonna tell you no? Probably is gonna tell you no. Cause you gonna ask her in a real punkish way. You ain't gonna make it enticing. You don't even know how to ask her right. You ask her right, she'll say yeah. You gotta know how to ask somebody how to do some shit. You gotta get out here and take this shit. That's how that shit works. So this whole succession plan is in place as a fire extinguisher, just in case shit gets janky, because you don't want the NFL to get their hands on the Raiders. You, as much as you guys run around talking about Mark, sell the team, Mark, sell the team, Mark, sell the team, Mark, sell the team, poop, sell the team, Mark, sell the team. Got on them damn tighty whities. Man, the NFL get their hands on this football team, you're really gonna be in trouble. You're really going to be in trouble, dog. You barely have any type of mystique. You barely have any type of tradition. How is it going to be the Raiders versus everybody when the NFL owns the Raiders? They're going to straight water down this shit. Next thing you know, it's going to be the silver and pink. Y'all gonna be in shambles. You know what I'm gonna do? Laugh. You better not ever hope that these guys get their hands on this football team, bro. Even this Egon cat. Man, once Mark gone and he ain't no other Davises owning this shit who has any type of idea, you could forget all this shit you're talking about, bro. You could forget it. You absolutely could forget it. Telling you that shit now. I hope to God Mark has him somebody in the wings, bruh. I'm hoping to God one of them babies out there is his. I'm hoping he got something popping. But there ain't a lot of Davises. Al had a brother, Jerry Davis. He died like a year ago, 2 years ago. Mrs. Davis is gone. Mark don't got no brothers and sisters. Al only had one brother. Not a lot of Davises, bro. I don't even know if his brother had kids. I think he has 2 daughters, if I ain't mistaken. I don't know, man. I can't find no information. Somebody's back there waiting, bro. Somebody, maybe the baby's too small and shit. You know, maybe the heir is too young. Okay? So let's get these likes. The likes ain't liking. So all I gotta say is, man, we're gonna find out what's gonna happen sooner or later, man. But as of now, Mark doesn't plan on selling the majority share of the team, but he only has to have 1% to control the team. Where's all this money going though? Now I know that when Mrs. Davis passed away, they had to pay taxes for estate taxes. I know that was probably about 700 million. You know, when Carol Davis passed away, he had to pay those taxes. In regards to the ownership being passed along. Okay, but that should be taken care of now. I need the Raiders to spend every cent they can spend, man. I need that entire salary cap eaten up. I don't care, man, if they don't got enough money, man, to put in a damn parking meter. I don't give a shit. Spend it. You've been out here bullshitting and holding on to money forever. Everybody's making money, bruh. And you're charging us more for the games. Okay? Time for them to spend some paper, bruh. Spend it. Max, if you ain't already doing it, restructure your contract, save the Raiders $22 million on the cap. Okay? So we can get more players. Colton Miller, I don't know if you're doing it or not, but restructure your contract so we can save 14 more million. We still got 30. We need that extra, that extra 34 million to sign all these players that we got. We ain't did a draft yet. Mendoza's going to get at least 15 million, 15, 20 million guaranteed. We only going to leave us 10 million to sign all these players, bruh. I'm sure they're working on it. Okay? Let's get these likes up. Likes ain't liking. Let's roll. So that's where we're at on it, man. They vote on it. I'm sure they're going to approve it. This Egon dude has access to a lot of money. Okay? We've already made him. He's already in the circle. But I'm hoping to God, man, that there's a little Mark Davis somewhere, man, with a little bowl cut somewhere, bro. I don't care what he's mixed with. He could be mixed with whatever. I don't care. Could be half this, half that, quarter this, quarter that, or all that. I do not care. It could be adopted kid. I don't care. I don't want the NFL to get their hands on my team. Because all they're going to do is sell it to somebody they want to sell it to. Case in point, that I'm gonna read you guys this question. Case in point, and those who tip get read first. When the New Orleans Hornets did not have an owner, and the NBA owned them, okay, they were straight nixing everything. That's when when the Lakers tried to trade for Chris Paul. We had the Chris Paul trade to come to the Lakers with Kobe, Pau Gasol, and all those dudes. David Stern rescinded it because the league was running the team, and they said it was going to be bad for the team, bad for the value of the team. It wasn't until they decided to sell that team to Tom Benson, who owned the Saints, and renamed that team the Pelicans before he passed away. Now his wife owns it. They sold it to who they wanted to sell it to. I don't want the Raiders to just be sold to somebody just because they got some money. And neither does Mark. Okay? Mark is selling it to somebody that he's already vetted out, and they already know the vision and all that type of shit, plus Brady and all of that. They got to run this shit the way it's supposed to be ran. If they get it. But I'm hoping that even then, I hope that doesn't happen. Okay? So that's where we're at, man. Let me go ahead and read you guys' questions. I'm just here so I don't get fined. I'm out here chilling. I'm blaming Geno Smith. And let's see who you guys blame. Okay? Those of you guys that tipped your boy will always get read first. All right, man. Straight up. Okay? All right. Who's first up? Yvonne Holland with the 199 dono. A man getting his affairs in order at 71. Imagine. Hey, man. Salute to a great one. Chuck Norris. Passed away today at the age of 86. Well, Ash passed away yesterday. I knew something was wrong, man, when I heard that he had a medical emergency. And when you usually hear that at that age, doesn't sound good, man. So I'm probably going to watch The Way of the Dragon tonight, man. See Bruce Lee and Chuck Norris go at it in the Coliseum, Roman Coliseum tonight. All right, straight up, man. Salute to Chuck Norris, bro. Okay, all right, man. He finally found an opponent he couldn't beat. All right, Reese, what's up, Reese? I'm pretty sure these Brady network is mad because they found out it won't be Brady. Oh, they're gonna make an excuse because I mean, the amount of deriding with these fans about Brady is just absolutely sickening to me, bro. I mean, how do y'all ride it that much, man? Okay, all right, man. It's just crazy. All right, likes ain't liking. Let's roll. All right, man. Let's roll. Who else, man? Tip your bartender, you get read. That's how you get read first. Okay. All right, man. Who else do I got on here? All right, man. Champion Chuck with the $5 dono. Appreciate you, Pimp Juice. Salute to the history. You know, OG, not many can tell it. Like I said before, man, when you love something, you should know it. Should know it. Okay? Ain't no way that I could be a fan this long and I don't know shit. I mean, I needed to know stuff that would preceded me. Okay? Like a lot of fans, man, nothing matters until they became a fan. Like they have no idea the history of their team outside of when they started being a fan. I didn't want to be that. Plus, my father wouldn't allow me to do that. My father always quizzed me and questioned me on all kinds of shit. Oh, you don't know this. How you going to be a fan? You don't know that. So I wasn't, and eating a bowl of cereal and having him just go off on me because I didn't know some shit. He just laughed. Like, that pissed me off. Got a whole Encyclopedia Britannica in the office. My dad had a damn office in the house. I had no excuse. Okay? No excuse not to know some shit. I read all the Raider history, man, from the beginning all the way up until that book was done. And anything after that, I went to the library. So I've been had this knowledge. Okay? I'm sharing it with you guys because you need to know as well. If you're over here, you need to learn something. You can't just be over here just because, bro. There's other channels you can hang out. Okay? We don't play grab ass over here. We actually put shield business down. That's what we do. Okay? All right? So appreciate that, Champion Chuck. All right, appreciate you. All right, who else on here? Okay, so now we can go back, man. All right, man, let's get these likes liking, man. All right, let's roll. Let's roll. Okay, let's do it. All right, Flex Money, what's going on, man? Salute. What's happening? Justin Saw, what's good, Justin Saw? Hey, Justin Saw, man. Dog, man. Mark Davis love taking pictures with good-looking shooby doobies, bro. I'm like, damn, Mark. Man, y'all be trying to hate on Mark, man. Mark more hip than y'all think Mark hip is, man. Man, come on, man. Man, come on, man. Mark grew up in Piedmont, bro, north of Oakland, man. Come on, man. Mark definitely was doing something, dog. He gotta be. He gotta be, okay? Big Daddy Murder, what's going on? Ant Cuts, what's going on? Skillet. Hey, Skillet. Hey, Skillet, man. Shoot, man, did you see Luca go crazy last night with the 60? Luca went nuts, man. Luca went crazy. Bron had a triple-double, man. That's 8 in a row. 8 in a row for the Lakers. Okay. All right, man. Hey, man, Carlos Haller, what's going on? Ant John Bank hit up in the O. What's up, John? Man, they keep trying to hate on Mark, man, acting like Mark ain't doing nothing, man. Like I said before, man. Mark ain't just taking pictures just to take a picture, bruh. Come on, bruh, man. Come on, man. He got you guys all fooled. That's the best game of all when you don't think that something's popping. Like I said, man. Okay. What did Biggie say? Don't leave your girl around me. True player for real. Ask Puff Daddy. Yeah. And you know what Puff was doing? Puff was sleeping with everybody, baby mama. Okay, straight up. Right. And he might have been sleeping with. Pause. Leave that alone. Right. Winter Thomas, what's popping, bro? You wearing the same lid right now. I'm in 3 ringer. Hey, man, shoot, man. 3 ringers, man. We think alike. We think alike, man. I mean, I really never really put an ensemble together unless I'm making a point. So I just grab whatever I grab, man. Everything is all right there. All the shirts are there, everything. But I've been meaning to wear this. Okay. I'm like, man, I didn't know where it was because I got every shirt, bro. Every shirt. So I'm like, man, I didn't know where it was at. And I stumbled upon it last night because I was, going through my stuff, getting my stuff all organized, archiving stuff that I ain't going to put on. And I was like, man, here it is. I didn't know where it was at. So let me go ahead and put that. It's kind of like having my Jordans, bro. Got so many, I don't even be knowing that I forgot I had bought them, dog. They way in the back on the bottom. I pull them up. I'm like, man, I've had these sitting in there for 2 years, man. Let me go over here and get me $400-$500 for them right quick. I forgot I had them, dog. I bought 2 of the same shoes before. I've done that. Where I bought the shoes, didn't forgot I had them. I go to the outlet, I see them. Oh man, shit, let me grab them. And I come home, I say, oh, I got 2 pair. Ah, damn. Yep, hey, that's how it goes. All right, Slayer, what's going on, Slayer? Let's run these likes up, man. Let's go, man. Let's cook it. Okay. Yeah. Why I got the Gino shirt on? Because I'm blaming him. That's why. That's why I got it on. Why don't you got yours on? Oh, because you don't got one. Maybe that's why. Like I said, I'm wearing my shit. I don't know about y'all, man. Okay. Look, remember this? Okay. That's why I'm blaming him. All right. It's got to be his fault. Can't be Mark's fault. All right. Miss Pamela, what's going on, Miss Pamela? Okay. Nast out there in Russia, man. What's going on out there in Russia, man? Okay. Pootie, what's up, Pootie? Pootie in the building, man. Vontae, what's going on? All right, man. Justice Side. 121. What's up from Salt Lake? Raider Nation. Get ready, blazing one for Raider Nation. Yeah, man. We're gonna be blazing a lot this year, bro. We're gonna be blazing a lot this year. Okay, it's gonna be a good year, bro. This year feels different. They have to do it on the grass, but as far as how I feel very good. Okay, that ends that. Okay. All right. So I feel good about it. All right. We're going to see how it all plays out. Let's roll, man. Likes ain't liking yet. Let's get there. Don't forget to tip the bartender. Y'all doing a pretty good job of that. Okay. Miss Pamela says, what happened to Mark Davis? Is he being pushed out? No, he's not being pushed out. He just doesn't have an heir. He does not have somebody to, something happens to him. Who's going to own the team? They don't want the team. I mean, this is a $10 billion team now. All right. So they can't afford to have a team that's directly responsible for all of the fan duels and the DraftKings and all the money, the gambling money. We can't have that in shambles. That shit has to be locked down. And Mark don't got nothing. Mark ain't marrying nobody. Mark's like, hey, man, you ain't taking half my shit. Mark ain't marrying no female. Mark ain't, if he got a baby, he ain't letting it be known. Like, hey, somebody has to take over the team if something happens. Okay? So he's not being pushed out. He's just putting in. It's like his life insurance policies, man. It's like you got your trust, man. You what they call a living trust, a living mail, living will. You got your living will together. Okay, got to do what you got to do. All right, what's up, Yvonne? Andy boy in the house. Going on. Okay. All right, man. Wendy Thomas with Mark not having the air, he has to have a succession plan with an outsider. I mean, he has to have somebody to take it over, bro. I mean, simple as that. You know, he might. I mean, I don't know what the bylaws are, but I'm just using my common business sense. He can have a trust run the team. We don't know what Mark got. This is just a right for first refusal. Okay. If he decides to sell, or if his heirs, it says his heirs. So, do you guys know there's a team in the National Football League that's owned by the fans, and their name of that team is called the Green Bay Packers? Did you guys know that? The Green Bay Packers don't have an owner. See how I always remind you guys of some shit? The Green Bay Packers do not have an owner. You buy shares in the Packers. If you live in the Green Bay area, you can own a share of the Packers, but you don't get to call a shot. So Mark can't obviously do that, but he can probably have a trust, you know, the name of the company that officially owns the majority, or I could say not the majority share, but the controlling share is called AD Inc. AD Football Inc. Al Davis Football Inc. That's who owns it. That's the controlling company. All right. So with that being said, who's to say Al Davis Football Inc. won't still control the team, and they'll just do it like like from a estate. From an estate. When these famous people pass away, they have trustees to run the estate of Michael Jackson. He makes billions and billions of dollars a year in sales. Somebody runs it. It's not the Jackson family. Okay? Prince has an estate. Elvis has an estate. Marilyn Monroe has an estate. All these people have estates that run these people who still make money after their death. Chuck Norris is going to have an estate. He has a wife. He has kids. Okay? Chuck Norris used to be a co-owner of a cigar lounge here, or actually a cigar store called Lone Wolf Cigars. I think they still exist on Wilshire. Remember when he was Lone Wolf McQuaid, so he was a co-owner of a couple of cigar bars here. Okay, I used to go over there all the time. He's go over there and buy me some shit. Okay, so what am I saying? Mark Davis doesn't necessarily have to have an heir. He can have his foundation running. But if they decide to sell it, Egon will be the first person that'll have the right to first refusal. Okay? All right, Carrie, what's going on, Carrie? All right, let's get these likes rolling, y'all. Miss Pamela, the Raiders should have went with Chargers to Carson, California. Well, they couldn't go to Carson, Pamela. They wouldn't let them. The NFL nixed it. Okay? Mark's first choice was to come to LA, but this is still a Raider city. Okay? The Raiders being in LA would have been barbecue chicken for the Rams. It would have been, and the Chargers wouldn't even have been up here. They would have still been down there in San Diego starving to death. They couldn't let the Raiders come to LA. The Raiders at that time was the only Super Bowl team to win a Super Bowl in LA before the Rams did it. They were not going to let it happen. They tried to do Carson, it didn't work. Then they tried to do SoFi, and the NFL was like, no. They knew that they were going to use the Raiders as guinea pigs in the Las Vegas market. They knew that. Because if Mark screwed up, they could just take the Raiders. Mark didn't screw up. Mark is doing a phenomenal job financially for the NFL and the Raiders. But he's not doing a great job on that grass. But that's about to change. Yusuf, what's up, you? What's going on, you? Okay. Justice Saw said, yeah, I'm trying to figure this out. What do you think has changed Mark's mind about ownership? You have to have a succession plan in place. It's not even a matter of TB12 in his ear, anybody in his ear. Okay? I don't know about what state you're in, but here in California, to operate a vehicle, you have to have a valid driver's license, you have to have proper car registration, and you have to have proof of insurance. If you do not have either of those, any of those things, then you are driving, riding dirty. Mark doesn't have any life insurance on the Raiders. But now that he's worth this much money, they cannot let that continue. He's worth, the team is worth too much now. When we were just the kibbles and bits franchise, like when people say Raiders is a poverty franchise. Yeah, we're a poverty franchise, living in a castle, bro, made of 24 karat gold. We ain't no poverty franchise. Our team is worth more than your team. If you're saying that, people who typically say that, they're the Buffalo Bills or some stupid shit. Like, y'all don't got no bread. Okay, we got all the money, but we about to get these wins. So he didn't have proper life insurance, bruh. That's what it was. You got to insure shit that's valuable. They're like, the Raiders are worth too much. They're not. You got to understand, man. The Raiders are looked at two different ways. They're the team on the field Raiders and the team at the bank Raiders. They don't care about this shit. They care about this shit. Who's going to control the Raiders if something happens to Mark? Mark, you need a succession plan. They stepped to him. They stepped to him and said, y'all better get this going. $10 billion, bruh? Nah, you can't do that no more. Okay? Winter Thomas said, don't grab us in my hand, it's mine. 9/10 of the law, man. Possession is 9/10 of the law, man. All right, man, I'm no Raider guy. Justice yeah, I'll never forget how Eugene absolutely destroyed his team last year and then flips us off. I ain't got to forget, it's right here. Anytime I feel like wearing it, I will wear it because it still applies. All right. I don't forgive Gino for nothing. I'm done with Gino, but I'm wearing them today. All right, man. When they are projecting that with the succession plan to boost the Raiders' value to $10 billion. Yeah. Yeah, man, with something worth $10 billion, you don't think they want control of it? See this? One of my old lighters that don't work anymore. Let the evaluation of this be 10 billion and see how many people are over here. Changes quickly when people add value to your shit. $10 billion is $10 billion, bro. Okay? All right, man. Say you don't like Mark selling the team. He's already done sold parts of the team. Damn, I hope Mr. Davis' health is all good. Got to be thinking about it. Got to be thinking about it. We don't know what Mark Davis's health is. We don't know, bro. But you got to put 2 and 2 together. 2 and 2 come out the 4, bro. Like, he getting old, 71. We don't know. Okay? Jim Irsay just passed away. The owner of the Colts. He's old. He was younger than Mark. I think he was only 64, 65 years old. Mark is 71. Let's not act like these people is gonna live forever. Okay? All right. Cliff Bowden, what's up, man? Do you think the league will force Davis to sell? Not yet. Not yet. Mark's doing a great job financially. I don't think they're gonna force him to sell a team yet. But they seem to like this Egon dude though. They like him. All right, Rocky Flores. Okay, low key, man. As long as it's going to the Brady As long as it's going to the Brady family, and I don't think it's going to the Brady family at all. I just told you. Egon is there by himself. There ain't no Brady. Brady's name ain't on that. Trying to tell y'all. Okay. All right, man. Dragon Play on here talking about the Chiefs. Hey, man, tell your quarterback, man, to better get his ass out of bounds next time, Dragon Play. Tell him to stop trying to get that extra 2 or 3 yards upfield because he got caught last year. He do that shit again, he gonna be out again. All right. Gonna be crazy if Mark leads a team with Jordan John Gruden. That would be crazy. That would be crazy. Okay? All right, I don't see it happening though. All right, man. Okay. Yeah, man. Let's go. Let's roll these lights, man. Let's get it popping. All right, man. Okay. Look like Marks wants to retire somewhere else in the Bahamas. Man, I mean, to do what? Mark is already living the life, man. He living like a king in Vegas. What are he gonna do? Go where some water's at? I mean, why do that? I mean, what's he gonna do? Go to the Bahamas and do what? If you ain't got no shooby doobies with you, what's the use? I mean, what's the use, man? He still owns the Aces. Why y'all acting like he don't own the Aces? He's got another team in Vegas. Like, Mark ain't going nowhere right now, dog. He's just trying to get his affairs in order. All right, man. On the Reddit guy said, if it's ever sold, to be a close to the new owner cannot change the name, Logan Coles in writing. Probably has a whole bunch of stipulations. Okay. All right, man. Let's go. Likes ain't liking, man. Let's roll, man. Let's get the likes up. What's wrong with you guys? Okay, Jamal, what's going on? What it do? How about them Cowboys, man? Y'all been very quiet this offseason. All right, man. E-Trizzle. What's up, E-Trip? E-Trip, how you like them shirts, E-Trip? Trying to tell you the shirts is tight, man. Shirts is tight, okay? All right, man, when y'all get these shirts, man, don't be putting them in the dryer, man. You got to wash them and hang dry them things, bro. You don't want to put them in the dryer, man. You're going to be walking around with a halter top, okay? And a lot of y'all don't want to be walking around in a halter top, man. Pause, unless you want to. If you want to do that, man, don't put on my stuff. I don't want you doing that with my stuff on. All right, man. Anytime it says we currently valued at $7.7 billion, we boosted $10 billion with ownership 7% Durant because of that package. Because of who owns it. That 7% is who owns it is going to make the value go up. You're selling it to a dude that is a co-CEO of a venture capitalist firm that does trillions of dollars in revenue. That just makes it go up. Who owns it makes a difference. Who owns it makes a difference, bro. You got the raggedy house next door, but let Elon Musk buy it. All of a sudden, it's worth more because of who bought it. Yo, man, whose raggedy car is that, man? Oh, man, that's Steve McQueen's first car. Oh, man, Steve McQueen, I love him. Yeah, that shit's like $4 million now. Who set their ass in it? That changes shit. Yeah. I sell this dude 7% of the team and the team goes up $3 billion in evaluation. Yeah, I'm doing that. I'm doing that. I got to get the 10 billion. What do you mean? That's the game. There is no more game when you're Mark. He needs to win a Super Bowl for himself. But outside of that, he passed his pops when it came to financial. That stadium, the revenue, the money, the being able to afford whatever, to be able to fire 6 coaches and pay them all off and don't even sweat it. We ain't losing Charles Woodson now, are we? Mark ain't losing players now because we ain't got no bread like Al did. I ain't got it. Well, Al, shit, I can't play for free. Damn it. Maybe he'll come back later. Shit, we ain't losing players due to money. That ain't happening. We paid Gino $40-something million, man, for him to leave. What you talking about? Got plenty of bread. All right. Yeah, it's worried about him selling the majority. You got to understand the difference between majority and controlling. Mark Davis doesn't have a majority share, but his share is the controlling share. Al Davis made sure of that. All right. Okay. All right, man, straight up. Okay, who's Egon Durban? That's what the internet's for. I'm not here to do your term paper for you, Justin Saw. I'm not here to do your term paper, bro. The lesson is on the board. Here's the chapters. Here's the syllabus. Time for you to do your job. I'm not here to do your term paper for you, bruh. I already got my scholarship. I already graduated. I already got my PhD in Raider already, dog. I'm already a doctorate. I'm already a professor. You got to do your part. Look it up. Okay? Today, what's going on? I always root for Mark Davis and says because he's Al Davis' son. Me too. I don't be bashing Mark over here. Y'all be bashing him. I don't bash him. Simple as that. I don't. Time to win, though. I mean, we win, y'all still gonna be talking shit about him. It don't matter. We win the Super Bowl, you'll still be talking. Okay? Yeah, you got non-Raiders running the team. I mean, you should be used to it. By Durban getting partial ownership, being a billionaire adds even more value to a team. Fact, Shaq, Brady won't own crap. Mark knows what he's seeing. When you got when you got a guy who has the financial connections, firm, and wherewithal to get something done, the Raiders ain't gonna go nowhere. He's got all the numbers. He's got everybody. It was just like when I was a club promoter back in the Bay Area, man. And I really wanted this opening night to be popping. Do you think I call any of the homies to tell them to come? Nope. I call all the homegirls to make sure they were coming. Hey, man, bring your girls. I got y'all. Comp the girls, drink tickets. I did all of that. Because guess what? They're going to find out from them where they're going. What y'all doing this weekend? Are we going to Shaq's spot? Oh, yeah, I heard about that. Yeah, we're going to do that. We're thinking about doing that too. No, you weren't. Gail and them said, Gail and Liz and all of them, they coming, and then I'm going to go over to the strip club, talk to Staff Sapphire and Brandy and Rose and all them over there. I'm going to go over there and go get the rest of them, and then all of them going to come to the club, and the club going to be cracking because it's going to be nothing but shooby-doobies in there. Nothing but shoobies. And guess what? When you walk to the door, $20. Oh, come on, Shaq. Stay outside there, dog. Hey. Stamp their hands and shit. Next, I'm charging the dudes. I ain't charging them ladies. Crazy shit. So guess what? That's how it works. Okay? Egon is the man with the paper. He's the money guy. Access to billions, if not trillions. You got to remember, Tom Brady had to put together a team to buy some shares. He had to round up cats. Tom had to go around and tap dance. All right, Tom, we'll do it. That was a good dance routine. Egon don't got to do none of that. Egon just goes, he's the co-CEO. It just goes to the board. Hey, man, we're going to invest in this. All in favor say aye. Aye, 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 aye. Clear. Wire transfer, $20 billion over there. No free agent can't be afforded. No more talking about money. No more we can't do this and we can't do that. Not with that guy. That guy has all the money. Okay. Straight up. All right, man. You already know what it is. What's going on? Okay. IZ. What's up, IZ? What's going on, Dante? Who the hell's Egon Durban? Not my job to tell y'all who he is. Not my job, bro. It's your job to do your work, bro. I'm not here. I'm not going to read his accolades and all that shit down, bro. He's been your owner for almost 2 years. He's been your owner since 2024. Don't ask me who he is. You find that out on your own. It's a damn shame y'all have no idea who this guy is. He's about to own your team, bro. That's who he's about to be. Okay? All right. Okay, straight for the dono, man. Reese. Okay? All right, man. Likes is liking a little bit. All right, man. Ricky Flores. Okay. Rocky Flores, excuse me. Dante, the city of Vegas owns the Raiders. Like city Green Bay owns the Packers. Can't do that. You can't do that. You can't let the city of Las Vegas own the Raiders when they already have people who own the Raiders. You already got people invested in the Raiders. What are you going to do? Tell them that they got to sell their shares? You can't do that. The Packers have been around since the 1920s. They've been at it like that. They've been doing it like that. There's only one team in the league that does it. Why do you think? Why do you think there's only one team in the National Football League that's owned by the fans? Because it's been like that from the beginning. When they were the Acme Meat Packers or whatever they were. Pause. I mean, now you know their real name, the Meat Packers. Okay. Where do you think they got Packers from? Okay. So yeah, that's too late. Now, like I said before, the controlling interest parent company is AD Football Inc. A.D. Football Inc. Now, we don't know what they're going to do. But if I was Mark, I'd put it in a living trust. If I was Mark Davis, all right, Shaq Davis, all right, I'm Shaq Davis, and I'm in the position that Mark's in. I'm putting the Raiders and my controlling interests in an irrevocable family trust. That's what I'm doing. All right. Now I know y'all, I know I'm talking way up here, but that's where I'm headed. Okay? I'm supposed to know this because that's what I'm doing. My family has one. All right? My grandmother owned all kinds of property in Florida. All kinds. Land everywhere. Houses, rental properties, all that. Okay? It's in an irrevocable family trust. So, went to my dad. This is gonna go to me and my brother next. And after that, goes to the little dude in there. We can control it all we want. We can get paid off of it. We can get salaries from it. We could do all these things. But what we can't do is sell it. That's called generational wealth. That's why the Kennedys still have money. Okay? That's why the Vanderbilts had money. That's why all these big ass families, the Morgan, JP Morgans and all of these dudes, okay? The Ford family, the who else can I name? Harvey Firestone and all of them guys. All of these people who were rich beyond compare. Thomas Edison, all these dudes have family trust. Okay? No one person owns shit. That's why you're taxed out your ass. That's why when you get your check is eaten up by everybody. Local, federal, state, FICA, all this crazy shit. All your shit is off the top. Because it's your check. That's why. That's why when y'all be believing these people when they telling you, man, eggs is gonna be cheaper, everything's gonna be cheaper, Shaq. This happens, then this gonna be cheaper. No, it ain't. No, it ain't, dog. You guys fell for the bullshit. You know who is cheaper for? People like me who own a S corporation. I have a S corp. I've had one since I was 25. I get to write off a lot of shit. And my goal is not to get a tax return like your goal is. My goal is to not pay any taxes. I pay my taxes at the beginning of the year to the franchise tax board. And then I write off everything I can. Everything. Games. Hey, I got a channel, man. Isn't this a channel? Hats, clothes, Jordans, plane rides, trips, dinners, whatever I can write off. End of the year, IRS says, you owe us nothing. But I paid my taxes at the beginning of the year. So all during the year when they're taking your taxes out, they're taking all your shit out, and then you got to file a tax return and tell them why they should give you back your own money. I don't have to. I kept my money the entire time. Right here. Well, what did you spend it on, Mr. Shaq? Oh, man, shit. Here's the mileage for my car. Here's the wear and tear on my car. Here's this. Here's that. Here's this. Here's that. I needed to buy a new phone. How do you get to write your phone off? Because I'm on it right now. Don't I have a channel? Is it monetized? Do I get taxed? Do I get paid from YouTube? I need a $1,400 phone. Okay, what else? That's the point. If you don't know the game, then the game knows you. It's trying to help you. This is a $10 billion company. This ain't a football team. It's a football team to me. It's a football team to you. It's a football team to the haters. But to the NFL, it is a commodity, a $10 billion funnel. So y'all don't even understand. To gambling legally in the National Football League. Until the Raiders landed their asses right there off of the I-15 freeway, gambling legally on the NFL could not be done. You might have been able to gamble your boy at work. Hey, man, I'll bet you a milkshake. Hey, man, I'll bet you $20. I'll bet you $200. But now you can get on a whole app and bet all you want because you have an NFL team that's in the gambling capital of the world. And you think they're going to let the city of Las Vegas run it. You think that the NFL is going to allow Las Vegas, who can't even control what goes on with the casinos, who can't even control what's going on with the illegal things that was happening with those families that were running the casinos, the Bugsy Siegels and all of them. Have y'all ever seen Casino? Have y'all ever seen Goodfellas? I mean, do y'all watch TV? They're not gonna let you have control of the Raiders, bro. If you can control the Raiders, then you can control all the betting. You can control everything. On the Sopranos, they're over there hijacking trucks. What do you think's gonna happen if you got control over the Raiders? Point spreads and everything is jacked. So no, there won't be no owning of no Las Vegas, owning no damn Raiders, bro. That's not gonna happen. You're gonna put it in the hand of the billionaire, venture capitalist cat, who when something needs to be done, he can get a check. That's what's gonna happen. Rocky Flores, Tom Brady consultant players attraction to rub shoulders with. How is Tom Brady? I want to play for the Raiders. Hey man, go talk to him, bro. All right. Yvonne said Brady's busy. Flag football tournament off the ground training. Like I said, man, Tom Brady got you guys hoodwinked. He's got you guys bamboozled, run amok, ran astray, all that. Okay? He's got you in a tizzy. He's got you in a pickle. He's got you in a quandary. He's got you in so many different things, bro. But what he doesn't have me is nowhere. I've always told you Tom Brady isn't doing shit, isn't going to do shit. He's just there to look like he's doing something. Been told you that. But hey, some of us get it faster than others. Okay? Winton Thomas is doing your job for you. He's telling you what Egon Durban is. Okay? Rocky Flores says Mark is paying down his debt. Could be. Said he's buying Bitcoin. Bitcoin don't help you when you're no longer living. Okay? Yeah, you trust City of Vegas, but it's not gonna happen. All right, man. Okay. Hypey76 says, well, he doesn't. Mark got himself a nice young shooby dooby. I don't know, dog. All I know is he seems to like pretty young girls, bro. I'm just keeping honest. I ain't seeing Mark take a picture with no. I don't see him taking no pictures with no Millicents, bro. I don't see him taking no pictures with no Millicents. I don't see him taking no pictures with no Millicents. I think Mark knows what an attractive woman is. I think he's making it super clear to you guys, but y'all just cannot believe that Mark has it like that. And I believe he does. Could be wrong. I don't know. I don't know the man. But I'm willing to believe that he has it like that. I want to believe he has it like that. Okay? I like that. Okay. Rocky Flores says, paying down his debt to Bank of America, who loaned him the money to build the infrastructure. You know why that ain't true, Rocky? Because you're late. He paid that off. You know what paid that off? 3 things paid that debt off. That's done. The draft that they had in Vegas that I went to, me and Bill was there. The draft in Vegas, the Super Bowl that was in the Death Star, and the Pro Bowl that was in the Death Star. That took care of that. There is no debt. There is no debt. That's been paid off. So that ain't true. Okay? All right, man. Okay. Mark is getting up there in age. Doesn't look like the pincher of health. You never know. He might live till he's 100. Okay? But Mark doesn't have any kids, right? As far as I know, man. But shit. What are y'all talking about? You know damn well, man. You know damn well when you met Jeanette and she asked you how many kids you got, you said you had 2 when you really have 6. Yo, come on, man. You did it. You did it. So you have kids? Oh, yeah, I have 2. I'm like, 6. What about the other ones? The other ones that you ain't claiming. Those are just the 2 you claim. But the other ones is yours too. I knew guys lied about that shit all the time. I can tell you, I can tell you had 2. Oh, she don't need to know all my business, dog. Should have told you had none. See? Like I said, man. Y'all lie about a whole bunch of shit. All right? Whole bunch. David Randy, Mark's going to sell 49% and still be majority owner, but he's already given up control of football operations. As long as I can call a shot when I want to call a shot. Let me ask you guys a question. What's better? Owning something or controlling it? See, we were taught that ownership meant control. I bought this. It's mine. It's my lighter. I paid for it. You can't tell me what to do with it. I could chuck it. I can dump it in the ocean. This is mine. You can't tell me shit because I own it. It's mine. It's mine. It belongs to Shaq. You don't get to tell me nothing. I can take this hat and light it on fire. It's mine. You can't tell me nothing. Yeah, when it comes to a funky ass lighter. When it comes to your little shit you got, your little pair of 501s are yours. But when you own something that's worth billions and billions of dollars, you just saying it's mine ain't good enough. This country was founded on taking other people's shit. What are you talking about? Plenty of people, man, that had their stuff taken by eminent domain. You know what that means? We're getting ready to build this freeway, and your property is in the way of that, and you're stopping progress. So we will offer you 50 cents on the dollar for it. And if you don't, we just take it. You owned it all you want to. You don't own it now. But when you control something, you don't have to deal with the ownership of it. If I could come to your house and grab your car anytime I want to and drive it away and bring it back anytime I want to, did I pay the car note? Am I paying the maintenance? Am I putting the gas in it? Am I doing any of this insurance? Am I doing any of that? Nah, I just come to your house whenever the hell I want to, grab your keys and drive your shit off until I get done with it and bring it back. I control it. I don't own it. All the ownership is your responsibility. You got to register it. You got to do all of that. You got to go get an oil change. I don't got to do nothing but just come get it. That's it. I control it. And unfortunately, we have been taught to own stuff. That's how they keep us in control. Because you think because you own your car, you can control your car. No, man, they get you other ways. Yeah, you own your car, but how much you paying for gas? You don't own the gas that you put in it, do you? You don't own it. You own your car, but when you need to get something to get it to work, you got to go to the gas station. Who owns the gas? Not you. See? All that bullshit that y'all was telling me, oh man, it's going to be cheaper. No, it ain't, dog. Eggs is still $9 an egg. Y'all, a carton. Y'all's full of shit. You guys got gaffled. I did not. I knew what it was going to be. Y'all don't grow your own vegetables and shit. When you go to the grocery store, yeah, you get to walk in with your money, but guess what? You ain't bargaining at the damn teller when you say, hey man, these can of beans is 50 cents. I'll give you 30 cents for it. They're going to say the can is 50 cents. Buy it or get the hell out of my place. You don't control shit. You own things that nobody cares about. You got your own glass, but no drink. I own this can, ain't nothing in it, but I want something in it. You got to go to the person who what? Controls the water. You pay water bill, don't you? You pay gas, don't you? You pay electricity, don't you? Because you don't have it. You don't control that. Mark Davis could sell whatever he wants to as long as he keeps 1%. He controls the Raiders. See what I'm saying? If I don't own it, I don't got to pay the taxes on it. Because it's what? They own it. You got to go talk to Egon. Egon got to pay those taxes on that team. He's an owner. I'm just a controlling owner. Call me when it's time to make a decision. But when it comes time to pay the bills, pass that shit to Brady. Pass that shit to everybody else. Richard Seymour and the rest of y'all. Don't come looking for me to pay no rent, pay no bill, pay no maintenance, do any of that. But when it comes time to making a decision about some important shit, you better get Mark on the phone because Mark controls the team. That's the difference. Mark can say, Tom, you ain't controlling it no more. And you know I'm telling you everything that's facts. Y'all might get a little bit of likes for a little bit. Likes is liking. I'm telling you how business operates, bro. You think you control shit. You don't. That's the game, is to make you think you're running something. You're not running nothing. Anything that's of value, you have to pay for it. You don't control shit. You just control the little bit of shit you got that nobody cares about. Yeah, Vontae, they might be his kids, bruh. I'm willing to believe Mark Davis was getting it in somewhere, dog. I ain't gonna hate on him like that. Okay. And if Mark has Winnie Thomas says Mark has offspring, he would be better off getting equity from the team as opposed to being a majority owner. Kid would be too dang young by the time they get him. I mean, Mark is gone. Hey, man, you see it in ancient history all the time. Y'all ever heard of King Tut? King Tutankhamun? The boy king of Egypt? He was the boy king of Egypt when he was 6 years old. Did he run Egypt? No. He had advisors running it for him until he got of age. Come on, man. You guys got to be smarter than this. Got to be smarter than this. Okay? Got to be. All right, man. Yeah, man, Mark got to have a kid somewhere, man. I believe he does, man. Probably has a kid, just don't know about it. It's none of our business. Not yet. It ain't none of our business as of this point. But when if he ain't here and that lady comes up and she has that press conference, oh yeah, then. All right, man. It says 112 there. Shit. Okay. All right, man. Let's go. Oh, 112 people and 66 likes. I thought you about the temperature. Okay. All right, my Maurice Ross, what's going on? Man, for the original soy, Oaktown, the condolences to Mr. Chuck Norris. Yeah, man. Legend. Okay. Their answer, true, it ain't my money. Spend it like in Vegas, man. I don't give a F. Hey, dog, like I said, I don't care. All these things, hey, man, you know, we overpaid, man. We spending too much money. Man, the Raiders ain't giving you no damn rebate. They ain't giving you no rebate, bro. Spend it all, bro. Go broke. I do not care, bro. Go broke. I don't care. Long as I get this one, I don't care what you got to do. I don't care. I'm done. I'm done waiting. Okay. All right, man. Okay, Champion Chuck, you know your stuff, Shaq. That's the reason why I'm here. Hey, man, salute, man. I mean, like I said, man, what's the use of watching somebody if you can't learn nothing from them? What's the use? Wasting your time, wasting your view. Listen to them talk about the same old all the time. You don't learn shit. I mean, you can go get that information from the damn internet. They ain't telling you nothing new. It's telling you what just giving you their perspective on some shit that they already heard about. Yes, I was called a general partner. Why do you think he was called a general partner? Because he was the general of the partners. I mean, you guys, man, it's just so simple. Al Davis pulled a Godfather move the year the Godfather was the Oscar winner for Best Picture, 72. And that's how he got the nickname the Godfather. That's how he got it. I mean, damn. You think all this stuff just happens? Nah, Al had that whole plan. He waited years for that. He called that meeting and the McGaws couldn't get back fast enough, man. Wayne Valley sold his rights and gave him the general partner. And that's why Al Davis was always the general partner of the Raiders. Wasn't until later he became the owner. But in them years in the 70s, it always said Al Davis, general partner of the Oakland Raiders. Why? Because he had other partners. But who's the general? Who the general? Allen. Allen was. Okay. Controlling percentage. They don't know that, bro. Like I said before, man, you can't expect to get more money if you don't know the business of money. You got to know the business of money to get money. You think that an elected candidate's going to save you, you in trouble. Good luck. You think an elected official's going to do that shit? You're not. Doesn't matter whether they're Republican, Democrat, Independent, don't matter. They're going to go what's best for their bottom line and their constituents. You didn't put no money in their campaign. They're not thinking about you at all. Get back to work. Get back to work, dog. Okay? All right, man. That's why you come. Get an education. Azul! Even if you hate the Raiders, Shaq is always showing what a real fan is all about. You can hate the Raiders all you want, and I can hate whoever I want, man, but the results are the results. The results are the results, bro. So I appreciate that. Hate us all you want to, man, but I'm not the average fan, dog. I'm the fan that you ain't ran into. I mean, you come over here, you talk about my team, you're gonna find out that my team, your team has benefited off of my team more than my team has benefited off of your team. I mean, we've done so much for this league. Without us, y'all might have went bankrupt. Especially your team, Azul. Because you know I know everything. Your team is the San Francisco 49ers. How do I know about those guys? Well, let me tell you how the Oakland Raiders helped you become what you are today. Two things that happened that Al Davis was asked about. Pete Rozelle, even though he didn't like Al and Al didn't like him, he respected Al because Al was a businessman. And Al knew shit. Al had all the connects. Remember when I told you the story about how they became on the opposite sides because Al had all the intel and Goodell, not Goodell, Pete Rozelle didn't want to pay him for it and all of that back in the 50s and shit. So the owner of the 49ers at that time, I forgot who his name was, selling the team, looking for an owner to buy the 49ers. And back then, you guys were so sorry. You guys would be 2-12 every year because it was a 14-game season. 2-12, 2-12. Y'all was sorry as shit. Raiders were the kings, and you guys sucked. Okay? Due to the fact that Al Davis was in the Bay Area, Pete Rozelle asked Al Davis, did he know of anybody that might be a good fit to buy the San Francisco 49ers? So, Al said, because it's a good look for that. Even though Al always did what's best for the league. Always did what was best for the league. Even though he got railroaded a lot, he always did what was best for the NFL. He knew that having a team 12 miles over the water, 12 miles over the Bay Bridge was bad for business for him. He needed a rival. He was all in that Northern California with no rivalry at all. He needed somebody over there so he can have a rivalry to help him do what he needed to do. You got to have something to aim at. You got to have an enemy. Why do you think we're in a war right now? Every time our economy's suffering, what do? We pick a fight with somebody. Okay? That's what we do. We've been doing it forever. Now we're picking a fight with somebody who we can beat with our eyes closed. Okay? So anyway, he said, let me, I may have a couple of guys I can look into it. So there was a guy who owned the Pittsburgh Penguins, owned a bunch of shopping malls back in Ohio. His name was Eddie DeBartolo Sr. So Al hit him up. Yo, Eddie, man, you interested in maybe come out here buying come out here check out the 49ers, man. It's a good market. I can give you the ropes on the market, tell you what to do, blah, 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 blah. Eddie DeBartolo Sr. said, okay, let me see what's up. Came out, saw the situation. Al walked him through the process, took him up with Pete Rozelle, and Eddie DeBartolo Sr. bought the 49ers, who brought your current family ownership to your team. Raiders. Anytime you guys talk shit about the Raiders, I just laugh at you guys. Your existence is because of the Raiders. That's the first thing. Second thing, Eddie DeBartolo Sr. had his son run it because he's on the East Coast and the Midwest. So he brought his son, his son Eddie DeBartolo Jr. to run the team out in San Francisco. They needed a coach. Who did they hit up again? I bet you cannot guess. The Godfather. Because why wouldn't you? You just hooked me up with an owner I didn't even know. Somebody came in and bought 49ers based on Al Davis. Hey. So they're like, hey, Al, this is cool, but we need a coach. Do you have anybody you can recommend? Azul, listen very carefully, Azul. Because I know you're going to go look this up after. But he said, yeah, I got somebody, man, that's been good for you guys. One of my best friends in the game. Well, does he have any experience? Not as a head coach, but he's one of the smartest coaches I know, because he was on the staff with me with the Los Angeles Chargers. Me, under Sid Gilman, Don Coryell, and Bill Walsh. I think you guys should talk to Bill Walsh, man. He's from the same school I'm from. We all started out at the same time. Give him a call. Hey, Bill. 49 is looking for a coach, man. Why don't you come up here, man? Check him out. See if you want to get the job, man. I already got you plugged in. Y'all signed Bill Walsh to be your coach. Through who? Raiders. See how that works? See how that works? See how that works? Y'all ain't putting up no numbers and nothing because you're looking it up on your... Just open up another window and just fact check. I talked to Coach Walsh myself back when I was in college. I had about an hour conversation with him. All we did was talk about Al Davis. At a book signing. He just had me standing next to him and he was signing books. And I talked to Coach Walsh the whole time. Asked him any question I wanted to. In between him taking autographs and pictures. Come here, son. What do you want? What else you want to know? I said, man, I'm a Raider fan. What do you know about Al Davis? He said, man, how much time do you got? I said, coach, as much time as you want. This is when he was the coach at Stanford. He told me everything from his own mouth. He said, without Al Davis, I'm not sitting here right now. Al recommended me. So if the Raiders are so much of haters, so if Al Davis was so much of a hater, and y'all hate us as much as y'all do, y'all really need to be bowing down. Because without Al Davis, you don't have 5 Super Bowls, Azul. You're the same 2-14 team that I grew up laughing at in the Bay Area with no ownership, no Bill Walsh, none of that shit. All that shit came from Al's recommendation because he wasn't a hater. And I know for a fact if the tables were reversed, you wouldn't have done it for us. I know that. I know that. So understand, every time you think you're superior to this, understand that this is the reason why you have anything. Understand that. Okay? All right, man. 1972 music terrorist attacks Munich. Watch the movie, Raider Nation. Hey, I know history, bro. I should start a history channel just to talk about historic events. I just have like a photographic memory. I remember everything. Okay. System Deck. Dropping by for my daily edition of football knowledge. Bro really has a photographic memory. No BS. My wife tells me I need to be talking about other shit, and I'm going to. I can't just be talking about this every day. It's not feeding me like it's supposed to. It's beautiful, but I can't talk about the same thing. I got too much other information. Why you think I throw in all these other stories? And I just have so much stuff. Like, I can't just keep talking about the same shit every day. Oh, what's going on with Max now? Well, man, Max is still mad that he got real. Come on, man, I can't do that every day. Roger Radar hit like because it's too good. Hey, man, let's get the channel where it's supposed to be. The likes need to be liking, the views need to be viewing, and the subs need to be subbing. We need to get this shit up, bruh. We're not nowhere close where we should be. Bill said on in the shop. Zoos and Shackles and encyclopedia of sports in general, not just sports. Everything. History, pop culture, music, everything, bro. That was the smartest thing my dad ever did was get them encyclopedias in that house, man. I was just reading everything. Everything, bro. I have so much information, I can't even use it. Like, I can't even use everything I know because I'm not around enough people to, like, talk about all these different things. Like, I'm not around enough people. If it wasn't for this channel, I'd probably be going crazy because I wouldn't be able to, at least I could talk to the screen and get some feedback. But my boys don't talk about all this shit, man. They be like, hey, Shaq, you be talking about a whole bunch of stuff, man. We be knowing what the hell you talking about. All right, well, I got to do something. Al Davis ain't sneaky, man. He's cunning. Made him offer he couldn't refuse. Israel Olympians were kidnapped. There you go. So also, the problem for the McGaw family to get back Ed McGaw was all the chaos and stuff. They weren't letting people fly out of the country, man. He was there like an additional 2 weeks after the Olympics. He couldn't leave. So it wasn't like, oh, it's happening the next day. It was like he went there, that happened. I was like, this is the perfect time because you're not going to be able to leave the country. Okay? You got to go through all kinds of security stuff, checkpoints, all kinds of shit. So I was like, hey, man, you got to be here, man. We're going to do 2 weeks. It wasn't like, yes, the next day, but it was like, okay, 2 weeks. And they were trying to get back and they couldn't get out of the country, man. The borders were closed, man. Like, ain't nobody getting out of here till we catch these cats. And they was there for an additional 2 weeks. And it's like, hey, well, 5 minutes, man. They better walk in. Tried everything. It was in the bylaws. You had to be there in person. You couldn't bring a power of attorney. You couldn't do any of that. You had to be there. Al snatched the football team, bruh. It is what it is. Okay. All right, man. Yeah, of course, Godfather 1 is always the best, but Godfather 2 is good too. Godfather 3 trash. Godfather, I don't know. How do you make that movie be that bad? All right, championship. Okay. Well, you're really going with that MF and lighter, bro. Hey, man, like I said, it's Gino, bro. This lighter is this guy right here. Okay. Like I said, bro, I'm trying everything in my power, man. All right. Okay. All right, man. Al Davis is a G. All right. Al always kept his pip hand strong with the jumpsuits. Al loved Elvis. You know, he didn't have a lot of hair, but the hair he had it in front, had the pompadour, had the gold chains, had the sweatsuit. Al was off the chain, bro. Al was him, dog. Al was him, dog. He was him. Absolutely. Al was the best NFL owner ever. I think he was too. Al and Eddie D of the Niners. Jerry Jones couldn't hold a candle to Al. Well, Jerry Jones was the closest to Al. Closest to Al. Al wasn't friends with nobody, but he was closer to Jerry. But Jerry kept his word. I will always give Jerry Jones props for what he kept his word to Al. When Al told him, hey, man, when I'm gone, man, look out for my boy. My boy ain't gonna know what he doing. Look out for my boy, man. When I'm gone, look out for my boy. And you know what Jerry did? He looked out for Mark. Yeah, he got paid off of Mark, but that's the game. There ain't no scholarships in business, bro. Unless that's your parent or somebody. Okay? You know, your last name is Musk. You'll have a job. But Jerry Jones took care of Mark. He went to bat for him when he needed it. Without Jerry Jones, we're not in Vegas. So it's the same thing. It's like, I understand what we did for the NFL. I understand what we did for everybody being able to move. I understand what we did for the 49ers. As much as you guys try to talk shit about us, y'all don't know your history. Without us, you don't have shit. You didn't build us, we built you. But I can also say this, without Jerry Jones, we're still in Oakland, in that raggedy ass stadium over there with no money. Jerry Jones talked Robert Kraft and Stan Kroenke, who were the most richest owners at that time, and Clark Hunt, to give Mark Davis $450 million free and clear to move the team to Vegas. And all Mark had to do was get a $550 million loan from Bank of America. But that $450 million was a gift for Mark to move. But if Mark didn't deliver, they were going to take the Raiders. They were going to take it. That was the contingency plan, allegedly. We're going to give you $450 million because it's $1 billion to move your team. That is a franchise fee. You have to pay $1 billion to move. When the Rams moved back from St. Louis, it was $1 billion. When the Chargers moved from San Diego to LA, it was $1 billion. We didn't have $1 billion. Mark was only worth $500 million, and that wasn't even liquid. We didn't have the money. But Jerry said, we're going to give you $450 million. You're going to have to secure the rest. He went to Bank of America, got a $550 million bank loan. And guess what? That bank loan was not defaulted on, and it was paid off on the Super Bowl. When all these funky ass, stupid ass Kansas City fans were talking about, we won a Super Bowl in your house. Ha, ha, ha. Dude, you know how much money the Raiders made, Mark Davis made, off of being there? $900 million. We made $900 million off of that. And that's what happens when you have a stadium city that can host a Super Bowl. When you're the Kansas City Chiefs and nobody can go there because you're playing in an ice box, you don't get Super Bowl money. You don't get Super Bowl money in cold climates. You're the Giants, you don't get a Super Bowl. Remember when they did the cold Super Bowl and nobody came? You're in warm climates. Why do you think Tampa always gets it? Tampa, Miami, New Orleans. Places that have stadiums, have domes. Levi. SoFi. See? You're going to stadiums where Arizona. How many does Zona get? Way more than Kansas City's never had one. The Packers have never had a bowl. The Buffalo Bills have never had a bowl. Too cold. You talk about January, February, ain't nobody going to that shit. They want to go to Miami. They want to go to Tampa. They want to go to LA. They want to go to the Bay. They want to go to Texas. They want to go to the Texas Stadium. They want to go to nice climates, bro. And guess what? We're in Vegas at a top-notch venue. Death Star, the second most expensive stadium in the world after SoFi. So yeah, that's what happens when you have a Super Bowl in your city. They got to pay. Yeah, you're using our facilities, shitting in our toilet. We got we made $1 billion off of that. That's how we were able to pay everybody off. We don't owe shit. Now Kansas City's trying to move to Kansas. The Bears ain't even had a Super Bowl in Chicago. Too damn cold, bruh. There ain't been no Super Bowl over there at Gillette Stadium. Tell me when Gillette Stadium's had a Super Bowl. Too cold in Boston. Eagles ain't had no Super Bowl. Steelers ain't had no Super Bowl. Cincinnati ain't had no Super Bowl. Browns ain't had no Super Bowl. Vikings probably had one because they had the stadium. They had the enclosed roof. I don't know if they did, but they would be closer to having one. That's the point. So without Jerry Jones, we in Oakland. So it works for us too. We owe Jerry for that. Here to have us in pink and some lace. Okay, I always say y'all, man. My family's from the South, man. Me saying y'all shouldn't bother you. Because if I ain't talking to you, I ain't talking to you. But if it's bothering you, then I'm talking to you. Azul, salute fans like Fanny got his PhD. I got it. D Bernie, what's the stick of the day? He gone now, bro. Ain't no stick. He gone, man. He gone now. Go to the Cigar Warehouse tonight. Yeah, man. Let me know where that is, D Bernie. I need to go over there, dog. Hit me on DM and let me know where that is. I didn't even know there was a Cigar Warehouse down here. All right, man. Didn't know Al had a brother. Yeah, Jerry Davis. Jerry Davis. Passed away like 2 years ago. Yep. Now I think Jerry has 2 daughters. So I'm thinking that there might be an heir. There might be Al's nieces. But he had an older brother named Jerry. He died like 2 years ago. Jerry Davis. Okay? All right, go look it up. Yeah, Carol Davis was beautiful woman. Okay? All right, man. Alfredo McJersey. What's going on, Alfredo McJersey? Okay, what's happening, big dog? You better get ready to spend that money. All right, man, but it's getting closer. That's why you got to protect the team from Brady. He's just there to siphon money from the team. We ain't got to worry about it, man. The concession plan's in place. It says Durham, or whatever his name is, Duran. They don't say Tom Brady. Tom Brady ain't gonna get to own the team. Now he might be the face man, but he ain't gonna get to own shit. Nope. You're not at the head of the table, Brady. Mixed kid like me, multiracial. Got you. Thanks for the dono. Champion Chuck. Mark Davis invented the modern muff hand style warmers. That's true. You know, in cold climates, we see the quarterback putting their hands in the hand muff things like this. The little circle thing you put your hands in. Mark Davis invented that. Y'all didn't know that? So when you see people in the cold climate, they put their hands in the hand muffin thing. Mark Davis invented that. He got a patent on that. Y'all do not understand. Mark Davis got you guys all confused. He's been playing running game on you guys forever, making you guys think he's just Baby Huey being a ridiculous guy. Nope. Mark Davis is far more gangster than you give him credit for. He's really not Fredo, bro. You think he's Fredo when he's really Michael Corleone. He's not Fredo. You think he's Fredo, but he's not Fredo. You don't do all of this being Fredo, bro. He just acts like he's Fredo while he's really Michael behind the scenes. Just trying to help you guys out. IZ. Come to this channel, actually learn something about the Raiders. I can't even watch the other content creators. Hey, man, salute to them, dog. But there's a reason why I don't get invited nowhere, bro. I don't get invited nowhere. No podiums, no invites, nowhere. Oh, well. I guess I'll just be over here with you guys. All right, man. Straight up. All right, man. Stoney. What's going on, Stone? Yeah, rip Chuck Norris. Bring back the silver capes. That would be dope. All right, man. Raider Syndicate with the $2.79 dono. Hey, Shaq, why does the owners have to vote? Well, you got to understand, the NFL is a parent company, and then there's 32 sub corporations. You have to have a majority vote, because if not, man, it's going to be chaos. But Al Davis didn't care about a majority vote. He moved the Raiders without having a majority vote, sued and won. So, I mean, if a team has the balls to go against the whole NFL, so be it. So, but that's how it should be. Simple as that, man. Everybody has a vote. You only need 24 out of 32 teams. That's all you need. Whoever don't vote for it, they didn't win, they still got to go with it. Okay. Yeah, man, it blamed Geno's off the chain, bro, but it's never coming back, bro. That was it, bro. It was a straight novelty. Okay. All right, man. Bill says, yes, I own a share of the Packers. There you go. Bill Holloway owns a share of the Packers. But you can't do that now. That's grandfathered in. The Packers is one of the oldest franchises in the NFL. They one of the oldest, man. Them and the Bears, bro. Like, you can't do nothing. And the Cardinals is old as shit too. Cardinals franchise is old as shit, man. They used to be the Chicago Cardinals. Way back in the 20s, bruh. Way back in the 20s. Chicago Cardinals. That's where they started at. Chicago. Yeah, Chicago Bears, Chicago Cardinals. So actually, them being in Arizona is their third stop. They were in Chicago, and then they moved to St. Louis, and then after St. Louis, they moved to Arizona. It's a good friend of mine, bro. He's a Packers fan, owns a share of the team. They mailed him his certificate. Yeah, Bill has one too, man. Bill has a share through family. He has it through family, man. A Raider fan owns Packers stock. That's crazy. Yeah, LA Raiders for life, man. All good. Love the LA Raiders. All right, man. Okay, man. What's happening? We got wins, rings, and money. Yeah. At home, brother, trying to get this bag. Yeah, you got to get that bag, man. Bag has to be secured. All right, man. The likes is liking, man. You blame Gino for this hot weather. Gino's is freezing his ass off in the Klondike. Klondike Big Gene. Woo! Klondike Gene. I can't wait to see him throwing interceptions everywhere, bro. It's going to be straight comedy. All right, man. Yeah, man. Yeah, man, that's what you got to do, Alfredo, man, on vacation of the week, man. Palm Springs. Yeah, hang out. Joe Brown was a friend of Al's way back when. It's always a connection. Al Davis always, he's like what they call what do they call it, man? What's it called when you have those degrees? 99 degrees of separation or something like that. Whatever it's called, man. Those degrees of separation. All right, man. Who will own the Vegas team? Right now, Vegas baseball team, the A's already have ownership. They already have an ownership group. They already have an ownership group already. But they're probably going to bring in some new owners and shit. But their main ownership group that got them out there in the first place. All right. Alfredo. All right, man. Dr. P210 went for $300 at 30,000 fast. Not without even blinking. All right, man. Yeah, just aside. See, you ain't paying attention, man. You got to catch up. All right, man. Yeah, man. Salute to the ladies of the nation. They'll be in when they can get into. All right, man. You guys worth $2.5 billion. Yeah. Yeah, man. Okay, got you. All right, man. All right, Bill says Vegas, you never know. The offer can't be refused. It will be presented. That's facts. Everything has a price. All right, man. Okay, man, you already know what it is. Should we not like the Raiders the same regards to ownership? Hey, man, I'm a Raider regardless, man. Ain't none of my business. Ain't none of my business, man. I'm a Raider fan. Don't matter to me. Like I said, man, I'm shielded up. I don't care what they do. I'm shielded. All my championships are on my hat. 1, 2, 3. I got mine. I'm wearing my shit. I don't care what they do. I'm good. I'm goated. I'm straight. I ain't got to worry about it. Okay, whatever they do. Okay, free game 1-on-1, man. You guys listen up. It's there. Booty Bang! Oh my goodness, Booty Bang, man. Where you been, Booty Bang, man? You must have been behind the wall or something, Booty Bang. I ain't seen you in a long time. That's crazy, man. Booty Bang in here. Yeah, you'd rather have control. I'd rather have control of everything and don't own shit. Control everything and own nothing. Do you guys know ownership's a burden? When you own something, it's a burden, bro. But when you can just use it whenever you want to, why own it? You really want to own shit for the control. Because you can't fathom not owning something and having control of it. But there's people who really control everything. They don't own shit. They don't own nothing, but they control it all. Hey, man, I can just move my finger and all that shit moves. I'm not responsible for it. That's the way the rich think. The rich think like that. I don't want to own it. I don't want my name on it. Houses ain't in their names. Cars ain't in their names. Buildings, all that shit ain't in their names, bruh. You try to sue me, I don't got shit. But Shaq, you're worth $100 million. I don't got no money, bro. I don't have shit. Look at this house. This ain't my house, bro. I just live in it. It's owned by the Shaq Family Trust. You gotta sue the Shaq Family Trust. You can't sue me. I don't got shit. I don't got nothing. You're driving a Bugatti. This ain't my car, bro. Owned by the Shaq Family Trust, dog. I mean, shit. This credit card, this black card, it's owned by the Shaq Family. I don't own shit. What do you? I'm broke. I don't have nothing. But you have it all. Don't slip and fall in front of me. Oh, shit, I'm hurt. I ain't got no money, bro. What about that expensive ass attorney? Oh man, that's the Shaq Family Trust attorney. And since I'm a member of the Shaq Family Trust, they're letting me, they're representing me pro bono. I don't got shit. Remember the debate, the first term when 45 was in there and he was debating Hillary Clinton, and Hillary Clinton thought she had him up against the wall when she said, and he doesn't pay taxes. And you know what he said? That's true. I don't pay taxes because I'm smart. I started laughing, bro. That makes y'all mad. It makes everybody else mad. It don't make me mad. I pay taxes. But do I? Not as much as everybody else. Because I write my shit off. I got a corporation. But the point is that makes people mad that why doesn't he have to pay? Tax laws are for everybody. The tax laws are for everybody. They just don't say Trump. They for everybody. If you know how to use the tax laws, you won't have to pay either. But you won't do that. Because that assumes risk. You have to assume risk to do that. That's the point. I'd rather control everything. I'm done with owning shit. Owning shit don't mean nothing. You only want to own something to control it. That's it. Okay? Straight up. All right, man. All right, man. Okay. Alfredo says, like, look into my eyes. Control what you did. Josh McBadger tried that shit with the team. I can't remember. Hey, man, he tried his best. He definitely tried his best, Alfredo. Okay. Rocket Flood. Mark Graves was an owner. Yeah, he's an owner. How much does he own though? 0.0001%. Okay, Rocky. Monday morning, go buy some Microsoft stock. You can buy a micro share. I guarantee you nobody calls you and asks you, what are we doing next quarter? You can own shares all day, but no one's calling you asking you, hey man, what are we gonna do with this new this new component that we're gonna put in this software? What are we gonna do? They're not asking you, but I own a share. I own a share, man. I need to have a say so. No, you don't. Jim Gray owns a share of the Raiders. What does that mean? If that. He better go sit in a luxury box, man, and go have him some baked chicken and sit there like everyone else. He don't call no shots, man. Okay. Almost $6 million of gas here. Trump did. Hey, man. I don't have no problem with nobody because I told you guys, I don't listen to people. I'm one of those, I don't listen very well, do I? I don't listen, bro. I observe, I pay attention, and I make my decisions and I live with them. I do what I do. I knew no matter who was in there, that gas was going up. I knew those eggs was going up. I knew all this shit was going. It could have been whoever. All they do is tell you some shit and it doesn't happen. Doesn't matter. Y'all can believe in people. I don't believe in people. I put my trust in God. I don't believe in people because man will let you down. It's in the Bible. Don't believe in man. Man will let you down. Man's imperfect. Men lie. Women lie. Kids lie. Y'all make it up as y'all go. People justify lying, justify this, that. Oh, that was yesterday, but today it's this. Oh, I tried. Oh, my intent. Oh, I really didn't want to raise the price, but I had no choice. And man, I don't believe nothing nobody say, bro. That's how I keep myself out of harm's way. I don't believe nobody. I don't believe nobody. It's not. Am I required to believe? My requirement is to just be a law-abiding citizen, do what I'm supposed to do. As long as I obey the laws of the country, I'm safe. I ain't got to worry about it. I don't got to believe anything that comes out of your mouth. I don't have to believe it, and I ain't going to. I'm going to analyze it. You know what? I think I'll go with that. That sounds pretty good. I'm willing to just go with it. Like, is that the whole truth? Nah, but I'll go with it. Because if it doesn't, if the other side comes out, I'm expecting it. I'm not expecting somebody to tell me the truth. I expect somebody to give me a piece of it to get me to do what they want me to do, and then once they got what they want from me, they're gonna show me what it is. So what it is, bro. I don't believe that. Okay. All right, man. Okay. Numbers don't lie, man. $10 million, $1 billion. Okay. Hurts Clip says, as an Eagle fan, Kobe Dean will be an all-pro this season. He's an absolute beast. Y'all don't even understand what y'all got. Kobe Dean is dope, man. Israel Mendoza, what's going on in Israel, man? Mark Davis is agreeing with a succession plan. It means he wants to sell. I'll give it about 5 years, but Mark sells controlling into Tom Brady's boy. It's right. Who's he got to answer to? His mama gone. His daddy's gone. His uncle gone. Do what he want. If he wants to be Tommy Boy, y'all remember Tommy Boy, that movie Tommy Boy and shit? Messed the company up. They had to fix it. Mark can do what he wants to do, man. He don't have nobody to answer to. Who's he look around? All his people are gone. Happens. Nothing lasts forever, man. His daddy left him the team. He can do what he wants. All right, King Ed, whoever fell out there March Madness bracket with scratch pigs, man. Yeah, man, it's horrible. Okay. Sean said that's why. Sean Harvey said that's why I'm over here. Appreciate you. Okay. All right, man. Yeah, you talking about Fredo? Yeah, I made it very clear about Fredo. All right, man. All right, man. Straight up. Another amazing Bill Walsh story. Man, Coach Walsh put me up on game, dog. He put me up on game. He said, man, I don't care what nobody says. He said, Al Davis is the most brilliant football man I ever met in my life. I said, better than Sid Gilman? He said, yeah. I said, how you saying that, Coach? He said, because Sid Gilman actually played the game and Al didn't. Al never played football on any level. He tried, but he never made the team. He was too small, too frail, wasn't athletic enough. He said Al learned all of that without playing. He never played the game. And when I met Bill, guess who was still alive? Al. He was still around, still running the team. Bill said he's the most brilliant football person I ever met. He said his memory, he can remember everything. He's one of them dudes that can name, you talk about the 1960 Rams, he can name the third string wide receiver on that team right now. Oh, yeah, man, that's James Williams. But look, Al knew everything. He said, man, I never met nobody like him in his life, bro. Straight up, Coach told me that. I said, thanks, Coach, for everything. He said, anytime, kid. Appreciate you. He goes, I never get really a chance to talk to Al. I said, yeah, because all these people here are 49er fans. He goes, yeah, but it's always good to have somebody that really wants to talk to me, but I never really get a chance to talk to him like I'm supposed to. Okay. He said, I owe Al everything. I would not be where I'm sitting without him. He recommended me when he didn't have to. If he was a hater, Azul, you wouldn't have never had that West Coast offense. Okay? Al wasn't a hater. He was always hated on. Okay? Yeah, it is Gino's fault because I like it for it to be Gino's fault. Okay. New York had a Super Bowl. Yeah, it was cold as shit. I remember when they had it at the Meadowlands. It was cold. Nobody went. I remember that. All right, man. All right, man. I'm about to get up out of here, y'all. I've been on here long enough. Rosetown native, what's happening? I'm going to the house, get me some dinner. Cause you guys are eating and hanging out. I'm outside. I got to go eat. All right, man. Ben said after Aaron Rodgers retired, the Pittsburgh Steelers need. I don't know, dog. Y'all got you guys got the quarterback from Ohio State. What's the quarterback that won the Natty? Y'all got him. What's his name? What's the quarterback from Ohio State that won the national championship? Y'all got him. Okay, so you guys will be all right. All right, Dante. All right, Raider Nation. All right, y'all. Gave you guys enough game, man. But the succession plan is Will Howard. Thanks, D Bernie. Yeah, D Bernie, hit me about where that damn cigar warehouse is, bro. I need to know where that is. Hit me up. But yeah, at the end of the day, man, succession plan is it's like having life insurance. You got to have life insurance, man, for something might happen. Because I'm telling you right now, man, without that, there won't be no more Raiders, bro. There won't be. Not as we know it. It's already not as what we know it. But it'll be even worse if the league gets their hands on it. Okay? All right, man. Love all y'all, man. Holler at y'all tomorrow. Got to check a filter.